Good day, everyone. But it depends on what time you are watching this video. It could be daytime or it could be nighttime, so I'm going to go ahead and say both. Good day, good night, everyone. All right, today we're going to be reading a story. The story that we are going to be reading is called Jake Travels Back in Time. Jake travels back in time. Does anybody know what travels back in time mean? Okay, well, we know that this is our back. And if we walk back, we walk backwards. Okay, backwards, that's backwards. Very good job. And we know that time, we can tell times on a watch, on a clock, on a wall. So we know it has to deal with a clock. Okay, so if we're traveling back in time, we are going back to a time that was not today. Maybe we're going back just a second ago. Or maybe we're going back to a whole year. So if you're 4 years old, you'll go back to when you were 3. And if you are 5 years old, you'll go back in time to when you were 4. Do you guys get it? Very good job. So if I am 9, what age could I go back to if I were going back in time? Very good job. I heard someone say 5. Yes, it could be 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or 0. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and get started with the book. Oh, here it is. Jake travels back in time. Well, what's some of the things we see on this front cover? Very good job. Dinosaurs and a little boy with glasses. Very good job. We got to figure out who's Jake. How can we figure out who's Jake? Yes, by reading the story. Wonderful job. We have to read the story then to figure out who is Jake. Very good job, you guys. That's some awesome observations. I heard it. So, let's go ahead and get into the book. This is the front cover of the book. This is the back cover of the book. And this is the spine. Very good job. The front cover will tell us the author, illustrator, and the title. The spine is what keeps the book pages together. All right, the author and illustrator of this book are Mr. Kaur and Mr. Thomas. All right, let's read. Here we go. One evening, Jake was getting ready to sleep for the night. You guys, what was our question? We wanted to find out who Jake was. Now let me read it again. One evening, Jake was getting ready to sleep for the night. So who is Jake? Very good job, the little boy. By reading the story, we found out who Jake was. Let's continue. He slipped into his pajamas and tucked in bed with his favorite bedtime storybook, Adventures with the Dinosaurs. See, Jake has a favorite book, and it's called Adventures with the Dinosaurs. Do you guys have a favorite book? Awesome. I do too. Miss Fernandez have a favorite book also. Maybe next time you talk to her, you might ask her what her favorite book is. My favorite book is called The Road. What is your favorite book? Oh, those are awesome titles. I'm going to have to read those. Suddenly, Jake saw something shining out of the window. It seemed unusual. Oh, that's a big word, unusual. He's seen something shining outside the window and it looked unusual. You guys, what do you think unusual means? Weird? Oh, I heard weird. Crazy? I heard, oh, that's some good, very good ideas. It's something that isn't expected, unusual. He didn't expect that to happen. It was not like a home or a street light. Jake was curious about where the light was coming from. He rushed to his cupboard, picked up his flashlight from the drawer, and ran outside the house. Oh, he's curious. He wants to find out what that light is from. Have you guys ever felt like you wanted to know more about something? Last night I heard a big old bang in my neighborhood, and I went to look out the window to see what happened. That's exactly what Jake is doing. Jake is curious to find out where that light is coming from because it's unusual to him. As he walked closer towards the light, he noticed a huge box. Now, can anybody tell me what shape is a box? Good job, a square. And I heard someone else say a cube. Wonderful job. A box is the shape of a square and a cube. Wonderful job. It was much taller than him, too. It looked really old and was covered with mud and spider webs. Wow. Look at that big box and it's shining. Oh, what's all that though? Ew. It's some ushy-gushy green stuff. Let's read to find out what it is. Jack cleaned the box first and saw a grand padlock on it. He took a huge rock from nearby and started to break the padlock. We use a padlock to keep our important things safe so nobody can touch it. After a couple of minutes, the padlock broke and Jack opened the box. Wow, what do you think he found? What do you think he found, you guys? Well, we got to keep reading to find out. Wow, Jake was surprised. He was surprised to see a big clock with buttons on it. The buttons were numbered 0 through 9. Jake was clueless and could not hold his excitement any longer. He was eager to press something. 150. He's so excited. So he's like, oh my. Should I touch it? Should I not? I want to see what it is. So he touches the number 150. Suddenly, the clock went poof, and Jake vanished from his home. Whoosh. Did you see Miss B vanish? Watch. That's exactly what happened to Jake. He vanished from his home. The clock changed into a time machine, and Jake traveled with it. Whoa. Wow, you guys. It changed into a time machine? Oh my gosh. We can use a time machine to go back in time. That means we just step inside, push a button, and it takes us to another time. It can take us to when we were a baby or just yesterday. Wow, but it is not what he expected to happen. Ooh. Oh, gracious. Let's look at the picture a little longer. The clock changed into a time machine, and Jake traveled with it. Soon he arrived on an unknown land, which he did not recognize. So when he did not recognize it, he did not know where he was. He did not recognize where he was. So Jake was unaware that he has traveled 150 million years back in time. He was in a time period known as the Mesozoic Era, a period when dinosaurs existed. Oh my gosh, you guys. So Jake traveled all the way 150 million years ago in the Mesozoic Era, when dinosaurs used to roam the earth. Do we see dinosaurs now? No, we don't see big dinosaurs anymore because they all went extinct. Millions, thousands of years ago. But how cool would that be? I don't know if it would be cool or not because they would want to eat us. Some of them do. Wow. Curious as he was, Jake started walking in the unknown land. As he walked, he wondered about the new world. Wow, look at all of them, and they all look friendly. They have smiles on their faces. Suddenly, he heard the rustling of leaves. He quickly hid behind a tree and peeped over. Jake was amazed at what he saw next. Let's see what he saw next. They're dinosaurs! He thought to himself. Jake could not believe that he was in a world of dinosaurs. He had to pinch himself to make sure that he was not dreaming. Big, small, tall, short, spiky, scaly, flying, swimming. You name it, and all sorts of dinosaurs were there. Wow. It was like Jake was in his favorite fairy tale. He had read so much about dinosaurs that he could even recognize some of the species. A stegosaurus are harmless dinosaurs, Jake remembered, and he started walking towards one of them. Does it look like Jake is afraid of the dinosaurs? No, because they have smiles on his face, and he remembered the stegosaurus. Do you guys know which one is the stegosaurus? Okay, good. Oh, I heard a purple one, yellow one. Okay, let's continue. The stegosaurus was standing next to the diplodocus. They saw Jake walking towards them but did not say anything. So can you see which one is a stegosaurus? It's either this one or that one. Jake admired and even petted the dinosaurs, and they gave a friendly smile in return. Now, remember, if we see a new animal out in public, don't ever walk up. Jake is in a book. Don't ever walk up to an animal that you do not know because it's not safe. Okay? Make sure your parent knows that you want to go meet a new animal, and make sure they are with you. Let's continue. Jake walked further inside and this time came face to face with a T-Rex, which also called a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Jake got scared and started to run away from him. Oh my goodness, it's a T-Rex! Oh, it's a T-Rex! He screamed for help, but sadly, there was nobody around to help him. Look at that T-Rex. Oh, he looks upset. He quickly ran back towards the time machine and pressed 2019. Oh, he must have been really scared. Jake was sucked back into the time machine, and to his relief, this time he arrived right back on his bed, just where he started. Everything had been a dream, but Jake understood that thanks to his reading and his imagination, he was aware of all the interesting and fascinating creatures. The end. So you guys, you remember, right when he went into his new place that he did not know through the time machine, he was familiar with some of the animals that were there. And the reason why he was familiar was because he read about them in books. So remember, reading is very important. And it's so much fun because you can use your imagination, and your imagination will take you many places. All right, you guys, y'all have a great day or night.